Hey there everybody, welcome back to the Sketchdom. My name is Jason Sketch and I'm super excited to bring you guys more Marvel Champions content. Today I'm going to be taking Falcon and Leadership up against the new Enchantress. It's a 2-for-1 for you guys, playing Enchantress for the very first time. Also, using Leadership for Falcon for the very first time. So, checking both those things out. Hope you guys are super excited about it. I know I'm excited about it and I can't wait to tell you guys more about it as we get closer to the table. Alright guys, I'm sure you're ready for it. Let's jump on down to the table and I will see you guys there. Alright folks, here we are at the table. It's going to take me a minute to probably get some things set up because it's my very first time playing Enchantress. So, I'm super excited about it. I hope you guys are as well. Alright, for setup, I'm just going to pull this down here so it's closer to me. Set the Future Despair side scheme aside. It is set aside. Attach a random hypnotic gaze to each identity. Players can't look at the reverse side. Alright, so I have no idea what these are. They're probably still in order. I'm going to go ahead and mix them all up because I don't even remember what they all do. I briefly looked at them when I sleeved them, and so it's going to be a big mystery to me. I'm kind of excited for that. At the same time, I'm a little nervous. So we're going to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 different options. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll a d6. On a 6, we re-roll. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2. All right. This hypnotic gaze is attached to me. If I remember correctly, it can be a good or bad thing. So, or it can be both. So, all right. Something that might be helpful, something that may not be helpful, but I know it's got a forced action on it, which requires me to do it before the end of my turn. That being said, that won't happen until it flips over. All right. After set each remaining hypnotic gaze aside. All right. Perfect. Then we'll flip this over. There's no one revealed on here, but there's a force interrupt. When a charm counter would be placed on the enchantment card in your play area, if your identity is enthralled, and it's not, place 1 threat here. Okay, so that is interesting. Starts off with 1 threat on it. Cool. When she's revealed, in standard mode, put a set aside future. Oh, in standard mode, put the set aside Future of Despair into play. Then play 3 additional threat on it. Oh, but in standard mode, I'm playing an expert. That is interesting. Okay, so it's still set aside. So it stays set aside until the next round. That's actually kind of cool. So that's good to know. So after Enchantress attacks you, place 1 charm counter on the enchantment card in your play area. So you got to be conscious of that. Cool. Okay. This can't flip over yet. I was worried that Future of Despair was going to come out faster than that, but it does not. So we're going to put it down there where it's easier for me to see off screen for you guys. But by the way, if you see this little shadow up here, this is Oscar. I have made Oscar. I am learning to crochet in my free time away from making YouTube videos and other things as well. TMI probably, maybe, but I think Oscar's great and he's going to hang out here with me. So it is something cool that I feel good about. Gotta find those things that make you feel good. Alright. Let's get rolling here. I think I'm talking too much. Let's draw into our hand size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So, key things I'm looking for right now in this build are going to be Clarity of Purpose, Vibranium Microweave. So I'm going to have to hard mulligan for that. I don't like losing Power of Flight. We're also looking for... what's her name? Slingshot, which she's super helpful as well. We're looking for Queen Carrier. Lots of those types of things. So Power of Me wants to come on Power of Flight. Let's see. Battlefield Awareness. When Falcon would use a basic power... nope, we want Battlefield Awareness as well. So we'll use the Power of Flight to play that. So we're going to hard mulligan these 3 cards. I know, right? Jason, you're going to hard mulligan Red Wing? That's a key part to playing this game. Oh, man. It makes me feel bad to hard mulligan Power of Leadership. I may regret that. We'll see. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Draw their fire is kind of neat. So for sure, do we want to play that for that bird card then? I do actually want to do that. We're going to go ahead and pop his thing here. So discard one card from your hand, search your deck, and discard pile for a bird card and add it to your hand. And I'm going to look for the one that lets me play aerial cards for basically for your Falcon's Flock. Yeah. Not for free, but it gives me some resources. A, it gets it out of my deck, which is part of the reason why I'm playing it. B, you never know when you need a little extra bump when you're playing this game. So, all right, all mixed up again. We're going to use the Power of Flight to go ahead and play that. Falcon's Flock is going to have 5 tokens on it. They will then use a very interesting turn. Power of Flight to go ahead and play Battlefield Awareness, because that's going to be a super helpful card. We know you want Clarity of Purpose at some point, so we're going to go ahead and flip up to Falcon. We'll spin Bird Eye View to get Clarity of Purpose onto the table, just so that we have it. All right. We're going to go ahead and flip this up. It is a 2, which I guess I should have focused on playing all that when I flipped up. Mistakes were made. Too late now. We know that this won't be an encounter card. Defending for 4 is going to be annoying. So, defending for 4 is actually possible. And I wouldn't waste Battlefield Awareness either way, but you don't know what I'm going to get next, because I can do it with a 3. The 2 is not terrible. So we will go ahead and exhaust Falcon. Do we just punch Enchantress while we have a chance to? Or do we clear the threat? That is a great question. There are options here, right? Like if we punch her for 2, I could potentially punch her for 4, actually, with Battlefield Awareness, which is a great way to just start off this match as a punch to the face with 4 damage on it. We'll have to see if threat's going to be really that big of a deal. So we're going to go ahead and punch for 4. Flip this up. It's a 1. That's not so bad. So she'll take 4 points of damage and get down to 12. It's pretty good. I am one of those punchy guys, so I don't mind punching right off the bat. We may tell you to do otherwise. So, all right. Ready up. Got our hand size. 1, 2. There's one of the cards we're looking for. 3, 4, 5. Well, I know exactly what I'm going to do this next turn. And Soup Kitchen is going to be nice to get down to if I can. I may have to hurt myself to get Soup Kitchen down. We get the Captain America down. We call in the shield. Can play the shield down. So, yeah. That's the plan for this next turn anyways. Suppose we have Clarity of Purpose if we need to bump some things around. We don't know what's going to happen next. So, gosh, I'm never playing her for the first time. Threat's going to go up to 2. She's going to attack me for 3. We know that for a fact. She's going to attack for 3. That's her boost card. I'm going to go ahead and defend for 2, 3, 4. So I take no damage from her attack. She also has toughness. That is good to be aware of. Oh, snap. So I would have just cleared her tough, which wouldn't have made a difference of what I decided to do, I guess, at this point. So her tough has been cleared. She's at 16. Thank you, guys. I'm sure people are screaming at the screen right now. She's also steady. something to be aware of as well. Okay. This was the card for her boost. All right. Now I get an encounter card. Took no damage, which is good. I hadn't popped Clarity of Purpose yet. Alright, Enthralled Brute. It's got guards, so I've got to take it out before I take out Enchantress. While this minion is engaged with the player whose identity has the Enthralled trait, I don't have the Enthralled trait yet, the minion gets plus 3 hit points. She also has a forced response. After Enchantress attacks you, place 1 charm counter on the enchantment card in your play area. Alright. There we go. Alright, well, at least the Enthralled Brute's not super strong. I am resting right now. We're going to go ahead and pop a couple things off here then. We'll go ahead and play Captain America. And then spend Strength in Numbers to get the shield here. Spend the Clarity of Purpose to play the shield down. This should be exhausted. But at least now we're going to have +1 defense, which is going to be nice. And the retaliate damage is going to be huge. So it's going to be a nice little ticking thing there. Unfortunately, I can't take out the Enthralled Brute just yet, so I'm going to be taking damage this next turn. If I flip down, I can't remove threat either. Okay. Do we take the point of damage with Clarity of Purpose and hold on to Power Flight? Or do we just use Power Flight to play Soup Kitchen? I don't think we take the point of damage just yet. I think, no. Yes. Power Flight is going to play Soup Kitchen. That's a card I've never played before. But that will be nice for playing allies and such next turn as well. If I get some allies in my hand. And allows me to recover. Depending on how I play this next turn. So, do I flip down or do I stay flipped up? Flip down and get one more card. She's going to scheme out. 100% she'll scheme out if I flip down. Alright. Finding my readies for this deck is going to be something I will treasure. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I really want my Vibranium Microwave because I'm then going to intentionally use Clarity of Purpose. I got 3 allies in my hands here. Plus a Strength. So the Strength will probably end up playing Command Team. And then White Tiger will probably play Slingshot down. Yeah. We'll see how this turn goes. Threat goes up to 3. She's going to scheme out either way. I should have flipped down. Dadgummit. No, she's not. No, she's not. Because I'm not. Duh. She's not. She's going to attack me for 2 plus a boost. Which we should have known it's a 2. Alright. So I forgot to flip that up. So it's going to be a 4. I can defend for 3 and do retaliate damage, which is going to be helpful here. I'd rather take the 2 points of damage later. Let's go ahead and Battlefield Awareness as well as defend. We're defending for 4. She attacks for 4. I'm defending for 5. She attacks for 4. I take no damage, but she takes a point of retaliate damage. Get old Captain America shield. So I'm hoping here just to kind of recur getting Captain America shield over and over again onto the table where I'm doing that 4 points of damage and it comes right back and does the retaliate damage and get my benefit of 5 almost every turn. So that is something to consider as well and what I'm going to end up doing here. Though I got to get the cycle of Slingshot moving too. I actually absolutely can make all this happen though. So Enthralled Brute is going to attack for 2. I cannot defend. There's no one to defend for me, so I go down to 8 points of damage. The Enthralled Brute takes a point of damage because of Retaliate. We get Encounter card. Dark Designs, placed with 1 pursuit, counter pursued by the past. Then the Villain Schemes for 2, 3. And that's enough to clear threats. Okay. Cool. When revealed, if the crown of the Enchantress attachment is in play, stun each identity. Otherwise, search the encounter deck and discard pile 4 Crown of Enchantress and reveal it. Oh boy. Alright. She's getting an attachment. We're going to move this over here so I can see that attachment better. This crown is going to be interesting. Bet. Alright. Attach Enchantress. In expert mode, Enchantress gains Stalwart. Cool. So I can't confuse or stun her, which is fine. I've not built this deck around that. Dropped a card. Dropped a card again. Alright. After Enchantress, and she attacked me, so she should have gone up to 2. After Enchantress schemes against you, place 1 charm counter on the enchantment card in play, in your play area. Hero action: each player exhausts their identity and takes 1 damage. Discard this card. That's not terrible, but still not wonderful. So. Alright, we got to get rid of that card. Can't exhaust my identity to do that, though, so that's annoying. Alright. Counter deck's shuffled. This starts off with 2 threat on it, and she's got a wildly low threshold, so you've got to really be fast. When a charm counter would be placed on the enchantment card in your play area, if your identity has the enthralled trait, place 1 threat here instead. Alright. Cool. My turn, though. Alright. So we're going to spend Strength. Play Command Team down. Command Team's going to have 3 counters on it. This is actually kind of fun. Well, White Tiger. You get Slingshot to the table. Alrighty, Slingshot. Slingshot's going to go ahead and thwart for 2, clearing the threat. Pop Command Team for Ready Slingshot. What is Slingshot going to do now? She can either punch an Enthralled Brute, who then will then die to my Retaliate damage next turn. So that is exactly what she'll do. No, she won't. Instead, she will attack Enchantress for 2, getting her down to 13. Then we will exhaust this and exhaust Clarity of Purpose. Take a point of damage. Turn the Captain America shield to my hand, dealing 4 damage to an enemy, taking out this Enthralled Brute. And spend Kid Omega to get this Captain America shield back onto the table. The method is working. The method is working. All right, this is actually exciting. Cool. So maybe I'll be okay. Maybe I'll be okay. I'm worried about flipping down. She's going to scheme for quite a bit. I can still get Slingshot back down on the table. That shouldn't be a problem. I get one more card, and I get a chance to recover. I'll have access to Soup Kitchen as well. After Enchantress schemes against you, place one charm counter. The other thing I was trying to avoid, a charm counter, I'd still get a charm counter on me. We're going to stay up. Draw up to our hand size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slingshot comes back to our hands. We have Bird of Prey, Stinger, Energy, Up and Away, which is really nice, and Slingshot, of course. So, I guess we're going to end up playing Birds of Prey this round. There's no reason not to. So we'll have to see, because really Up and Away can probably give us a lot of good stuff. All right. So, threat goes up by 1. Enchantress goes in for an attack. So I'm going to... She gets her boost card. I choose to defend. She gets her boost card first. So I'm going to go ahead and play Up and Away, and then I'll choose to defend after that. After the attacking enemy is given a face-down boost card, look at the card at the top of the encounter deck. You may swap it with that card. So it's a star and a 1. So either one of these. Not terrible. This means she'll attack for 2. And then I'll still be able to defend for 3 without using this ability. So I could save this if I can get a chance to attack or something next turn. So I don't have a way to ready, but let's go ahead and we will choose to defend for 3. This card will let us draw a card, so at least we didn't completely waste it. Okay. I get to draw a card. I chose to make a good choice. There's my Vibranium Microwave. Let's go. Okay. Whew. Fun times are coming up. All right. My whole kit, the whole plan is actually coming into place, which is super exciting. So this would be my encounter card. Yeah, because she made her attack. This goes up to 3. This becomes my encounter card, which then gains Surge. And we get an Enthralled Lackey. He has Quick Strike, so I do take a point of damage. She should have taken a point of damage from my Retaliate, and so does he. He's down to 2. Good for you, buddy. Alright. After this minion attacks, you place 1 charm counter on the enchantment card in your play area. Oof. Okay, so I gotta get rid of him, too. And that Quick Strike is annoying. Oh, alright. No big deal. Here we go. Alright, we're going to spend our energy to play Vibranium Microwave. I need to have that on the table. We're at a defense of 4. We're then going to spin Stinger to put Slingshot onto the table. This is actually kind of fun. All right. Because now we're at the nuisance stage. So we're going to hold on to Birds of Prey. Well, let's flip this up. Whirlwind. All right. The Defiant trait. Okay. So now, fun things are going to happen. Slingshot will attack and take out the lackey. Can't keep those guys around. The command team will ready her. She'll go ahead and attack Enchantress for 2. Excuse me. We will then that's the interesting thought, right? Like, do I go ahead and do Birds of Prey now? Because I can. Or do I use Birds of Prey for the shield? We know what it'll be. It's going to be 5 points of damage. The shield's going to do basically the same thing. And I want to recur the shield. So, Clarity of Purpose for Vibranium Microwave. Clarity of Purpose. We'll then exhaust Vibranium Microwave to prevent that damage, to send a damage to her. Send her down to 9. For Captain America to return the shield to my hand. Dealing 4 more points of damage to her. Bring her down to 5. Now I can hold on to Birds of Prey. I think I want to hold on to Genius instead because I'm sure there's something else I'm going to want to spend money on. We'll go ahead and spin the Birds of Prey to get Captain America's shield back onto the table. I want Queen Carrier, so basically this system can cycle the Queen Carrier, and Clarity of Purpose can just keep cycling Captain America's shield over and over and over. That would be my ideal. Okay, we'll hold on to Genius. Do I flip up? At this point, I don't think I need to. Or flip down. At this point, I don't think I need to. I think I've gotten a pretty decent recurrence here. We're now at a defense of 4, plus Battlefield Awareness is going to make things more helpful if we need it to. We know she's attacking for 3. This will flip down. We'll ready all this up. It really depends on what this Hypnotic Gaze does. We'll drop to our hand size. 1, 2, there's Cosmo. 3, Bird Eye View. 4, Up and Away. 5, Beast. Okay. Beast is a nice card to get on the table as well. Alright. Threat goes up. Oh, and then Slingshot comes back to our hand as well. Okay. Threat goes up to 2. When a charm counter would be placed on an enchantment card in your play area, if your identity has the enthralled trait, place 1 threat here. Alright, so we really got to be careful with threat at this point. Okay. She's going to attack. We're going to play up, and away. And we will choose to defend, probably. So it's either a 1 or a 2. Put the 1 back. Keep the 2. So she's going to attack for 2. 4. I defend for 4. So I'll take no damage. We'll get Whirlwind here as a boost card, though. Is he going to be bad? He's got Quick Strike. And there's no side schemes in play. So. And then we can potentially get Whirlwind into play as our teammate. So we get to draw 2 cards, which are Quinn Carrier, which we want, and Maria Hill. Okay. The cycle of annoyance is about to begin. Love it. Now, we all have mental resources in our hand, so I'm going to have to use, and I don't have a fifth resource either, so I'm going to have to be conscious of how I do this next turn, but that is okay. Really want to get these 2 on the table just because I like them, but I know I got to get this on the table for sure to recur what I need, so we got to figure all that out here too. Okay. We'll take a time on our turn to figure all that out. Next, she gives me an encounter card, which is Whirlwind, who quick strikes for 1. She would have taken a point of damage from Retaliate as well when she attacked me. It's a lot to think through. And this became a 5, so this does flip over. And it becomes permanent. And then he is enthralled. Reveal, discard a card you control, otherwise discard top 8 cards of your deck. Discard a card I control. Alright. Buy a soup kitchen. Force action. Exhaust this card to give Enchantress a face-down boost card. Ready your identity. Okay. That couldn't be. Actually, couldn't be bad because it's not as bad as. But I get to ready my identity. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Because I get to ready now, I can do more things. Tempting things. Okay. What benefits would Whirlwind give me if he was on my team? When he dies, he goes away. He's more helpful if I have more threat out there. But a dead character is a dead character too, so. And he'll start doing indirect damage, which is annoying as well. Okay. So first things first, I guess. Let's see what our top card is. It's a 3. So we know better than to use that Trance of Envy now. But we know what it is, how much it's going to be, so that'll make things interesting too. The good news is I can defend for 4 at this point. 5, so at least we know what she's swinging for. Getting Whirlwind out of the way is going to be helpful. When the player defeated this minion, puts the set aside whirlwind ally into play under their control. Okay. Basically, I can get a shield off of him. So actually, this is not a terrible idea. We are first and foremost then going to spend the Genius and Maria Hill to get Queen Carrier on the table. Move this up here. Move this to the side. That way we know what we can recur here. It's twofold to get something on the table for me. Second, it helps me kick some butt. Okay. The question comes down to then, if I defeat her now, which I can totally do with my shield. The future despair will come out. Which has additional 4 threat on it. So it'll be at 6. And I would be able to clear it with Bird's Eye View. Which I think is a smart choice here. Let's see what happens if I do that then. We're going to go ahead and Clarity of Purpose. Vibranium Microwave. Captain America's shield comes back to my hand. We'll do 1 point of damage to him because of the Vibranium Microwave that gets him down to 5. Takes her down to 0. Clears her. She's steady. She's got toughness, which is fine. I can live with toughness. She's got 18 health. Put the set-aside copy of Future in Despair into play. Then place 4 additional threat on it. So it should be at 6 threat. Okay. All right. Quinn Carrier to get Slingshot onto the table. Gonna hold her there for just a second. She's got toughness, so she's got that tough on her. Which makes me think I should have played it differently, because now I could have used it to use Queen Carrier to bring Captain America's shield back, and then could have used the Clarity of Purpose to clear the tough. Not a big deal. You live and learn. We're going to spend a Falcon's Flock, which has been sitting there all game, and Beast to play Bird's Eye View. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. There's one, ooh. When a charm counter would be placed on an enchantment card, your identity in your identity area, your identity has the enthralled trait, place 1 threat here instead. So this goes up to 3. Okay. Instead. Oh, okay. Cool. Alright. Anyways, we're going to remove 3 threat from there. And then You may discard the top card of the encounter deck to remove one additional threat from that scheme for each star and boost icon on the discarded boost area. There's 3 on there. We're going to go ahead and clear out Future of Despair. So that clears that threat right away. Was this the wisest choice? I don't know yet. And then Cosmo's going to get Captain America's shield back onto the table. We'll move Slingshot up here. We know first thing that Slingshot is for sure going to do, she's going to go ahead and attack. Not attack, she's going to go ahead and clear 2 threat off of here. Again, that's going to be her job at this point, is to keep that threat maintained. This is really good. Let's see what this is. Alright, that is fun. If this activation is an attack, it gains overkill. Alright, well, fun. Okay. We will go ahead and let that be her boost card then. Face down boost card for Enchantress. And we will ready Falcon. Put this up. We will Falcon Punch. Whirlwind using Battlefield Awareness. Livable. Which gets Whirlwind down to 2. Command Team will use its last points to ready Slingshot, who then attack and defeat Whirlwind. Need to get Command Team back on the table, but that was brilliant. So, Command Team Slingshot combo, I am a fan of. I don't think I could have gotten a better one than this. We know she's going to be attacking for 5 at this point. Whirlwind becomes a teammate. This is victory 1, so it goes away. Yeah, when defeated, the player defeated this minion puts the set-aside Whirlwind into play under their control. So our Whirlwind is now under my control. He's basically a free defense for me, I think, is what he's going to end up being. He's got some cool abilities, but here we are, so. He doesn't count against my element, which is exciting. Okay. Do I want to flip down? No, we stay flipped up. Drop to our hand size. Trying to make sure I didn't have to have anything else in my hand. Still got 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We get Birds of Prey, Power of Leadership, Strength in Numbers, which is actually kind of funny. And Command Team. So, a Talon Line, what do you do again? After you resolve Eagle Eye ability, discard Talon Line for each icon in this. You can do some readying and stuff with that and stun an enemy and all that fun stuff. Okay. Power of Leadership will actually let me play Command Team pretty easily. So, okay. And then Bird of Prey, of course, is a nice card. So, we've got some options here. Of course, Slingshot's going to come back to my hand. Okay, we'll put that on Whirlwind, and he's at 3 health. All right, what are we doing here? Threat goes up to 2. Enchantress is going to attack for 2, 3, 4. For 5, essentially. I know I need to defend, so we're going to go ahead and defend with Falcon at 2. Three, 4. Swinging for 5. We'll go ahead and use Battlefield Awareness. I defend for 5, so I take no damage, but her tough is cleared. This activation, this attack gains overkill. Alright. Good for her. This goes up to 3 because it comes here and then goes up there, so we got to keep an eye on threat. I guess I could have used Whirlwind on my last turn to remove 1 threat. I should have done that. That's okay. We're at a good spot now. We can get an encounter card. Spell Shards. Take 3 indirect damage. If your identity took any amount of damage from this way, place 1 charm counter on the enchantment card in your play area. Awesome. So thank you, Whirlwind, for your service, sir. He's victory 0, so I'm assuming he goes out here. I just don't understand the cost. Let's check the booklet. Maybe it'll tell us in the booklet here. One of the minions is defeated. They have not expelled the player who defeated the minion, puts a set-aside ally version of that minion into play under their control. The former minion is now an ally ready to join the fight against the scoundrel who manipulated their mind. But I think since it said victory on it, it goes with the victory display, right? When a card with a victory X is defeated, place it in the victory display instead of the owner's discard pile. Okay. So just basically she gave 3 indirect damage to Whirlwind after he transformed and joined our team. Pity that he's already dead, but that was alright. That saved me. So, from a bunch of nonsense. Okay. Which leads me into my turn. Oh, bummer. Okay, well. Shoot. Alright, we're going to for sure play Power of Leadership to get Command Team onto the table. We know we want that on the table. We know it's going to be helpful for what we're already doing. So. We are then going to use the Flurry of Purpose and Vibranium Microwave to get a Lightning Bolt for Slingshot to get onto the table, which does a point of damage to Enchantress. Ready. And 3. I can do 8 points of damage now. Plus potentially more. Eight, 9, 10, 11, 12. Which leaves me with 5 points of damage left that I need to contend with. I can make all that happen. Get her real close to dying. So, I'm going to go ahead and spend... Ooh, no, if I spend Strength in Numbers, I won't be able to get that 8. Okay. Because then I exhaust there. So, first and foremost, we will... Queen Carrier. Hold on. Don't have to bring the shield back, so let's think this through. If I exhaust her and get a card, I can use strength and numbers to do that. Right here with the command team, that's 2 points of damage. 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That leaves me with 5 points of damage. Which, for sure we'll get 1 here. Birds of Prey. So really we're looking for 4 more points of damage somewhere along the way. The other Birds of Prey is in here, so I wouldn't draw into the Birds of Prey. I think we play it cautious. We still make smart calls, we play it cautious. And we can get her next turn, I think. So, Slingshot will remove 2 threat from here. Command team. Ready Slingshot. Quinn Carrier. Captain America's shield back to our hand for 4 points of damage. And then we will pay with strength and numbers to get it back onto the table. Falcon's Flock. And Talon Line. With Birds of Prey. Playing it, so I'll go ahead and discard this for funsies to get my 2 extra with that. Nice. So then we will get 6 damage off of this. Gets him down to 7. This flips up and gives me a star. Okay. I have to do the forced action. This would be her boost card. I'm stuck with it. It's annoying, but I can live with it. So this would be a boost card for her. This gets exhausted. Falcon gets ready. This flips up. Guess I use Battlefield Awareness to defend. Falcon's going to go ahead and punch for 2. Slingshot will go ahead and punch for 2. Literally, we're at the tail end here. 3 points of damage left for her to contend with. I think we're going to be just fine. We're going to have an encounter card, too. That's okay. Let's ready everything back up. One, 2, 3. This is our encounter card. Then he has the Defiant trait. Choose one. Oh man. This may Spell Blast may be what loses us the game here. And we don't know what that's going to be. But we're so close at the end here. I really think this deck is doing phenomenally well. Part of it is not knowing Enchantress. Enchantress has been a lot of fun. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. You know, this one is a 1. We've already seen it. Yeah. So that's actually a star, which reveals that nonsense. So she's only swinging for 2. Threat goes up to 2. And Slingshot comes back to our hand. No defense cards in my hand here. If I defend, I end up defending for 4. But if I can get the Vibranium Microwave plus the Retaliate off, I think I can win this game. So we're going to go ahead and defend for 2. 3, 4. 2 swings for 2. This gets attached. Choose either place 1 charm counter on the Enchantress card or play area or confuse your identity. Okay. We'll confuse my identity then. He gets a point of retaliate damage. I think I still win. On her turn. At that. This goes up to 3. We get encounter cards. First one. When revealed, if your identity has the Defiant trait, choose one. If your identity has the Enthralled trait, do both in any order. Fantastic. Okay. Enchantress attacks you. +1 attack in expert mode. So she's swinging for 3. I can't defend. Reveal this card. I take 3 points of damage. I use Vibranium Microwave to deflect 1 back to her. And then since she attacked me and I had Retaliate 1, Enchantress is defeated. And that is game, ladies and gentlemen. That was incredibly fun. Oh my gosh. That was incredibly fun. I think I'm going to have to... I think there's other ways to modify the deck that I built, but I think the way I built it worked out pretty well. I may need to try to get another companion team available. I think Hawkeye would have been fun to have on the table. The set itself worked out really, really well. My goal was built pretty quickly, as long as I stayed within 40 cards, and his the defense cards got me where I needed to be. Being able to get Captain America out and being able to recur that shield for damage is incredibly good. So much fun. And then Slingshot, such a beautiful card. I really love Slingshot. If you have not played Slingshot yet, you really need to. Fantastic card. That lightning resource, and then with the command team on top of that, to be able to do 2 actions per turn with her, and then return her back to your hand, was just... For everything else, there's MasterCard. And then the Clarity of Purpose to go into Vibranium Microwave to do the chip damage there was so much fun. On top of that, the Captain America shield doing Retaliate 1. This was great. Because I chose the attack first, that's why I ended up winning. So, Enchantress herself has a lot of interesting cards. I think she's a lot of fun. I definitely will find myself playing this scenario again. I did not expect to beat her on the first round, but I did. If I did something wrong, please let me know. This could not have been better. The Trance of Envy, where I knew, okay, well, I already know what her boost card is going to be. So what's her next boost card? I can kind of have an idea of how much damage she's going to end up doing. And then I get to ready myself to do extra stuff. was not as bad as I thought it was going to be, and I don't think we could have gotten a better card for Falcon than this. Just because we already knew what the boost was going to be, so we can make wise decisions. Battlefield Awareness is a key card for his thing. Falcon's Flock, I mean, you saw it sit out there. It was kind of there. I am not a Soup Kitchen fan, so there's that as well. Once Falcon gets set up with his defense, he really doesn't take any damage. And so it's about how can you utilize him outside of his defense there. I like it a lot. White Tiger would have been great for drawing extra cards. Beast would have been drawing some extra cards. I wanted Kid Omega to work, and I've yet to play Kid Omega. Like, I've had him in a lot of decks, but I've yet to actually put him on the field. And I think it's because I'm thinking effectively it cost me 3 resources to really get him to do what he needs to do. But I thought eventually I could use him, especially if I couldn't get to Slingshot fast enough. So, Strength in Numbers I wanted to see work. I figured eventually I'd have allies sitting out there. It didn't. That card never works for me either. It's not a bad card. I never get it to work the way I want it to, or at the right time. So, Red Wings was another option for bouncing around too, and I had considered that, but I really like Slingshot a lot more. She costs less. She can do more on the table when she gets down. And then the Captain America shield was just a better occurrence. These 2 cards comboing together to get that shield back on the table continually was fantastic. So, some cute little fun combos in this deck. Power of Flight was going to be there, especially A, it's a lightning resource to help get Slingshot down and help Kid Omega when he comes to do his thing. But B, you never know when a Power of Flight's going to help you get stuff, his part of his kit onto the table. So, I think this deck played pretty well. Stinger would have been fun for another defense, but she's also a lightning resource. Bird's Eye View is a great card. I don't know what to say, because when I first started off with Falcon, I did not like him. But after playing him in Protection and in this Leadership deck, I have found that I think I am a fan of our wonderful friend Falcon here. Let me know what you guys think of this deck. I will probably have the link for this deck down below. Not a big Falcon fan, but here I am making another deck for Falcon. So, let me know what you guys think. I greatly appreciate it. Falcon's fantastic in this Leadership build. Tons of fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed watching Enchantress. As always, my name is Jason Sketch, and next time I'll be deadly serious next time. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.